Hi guys and welcome back to the Mighty Blues. My name is of course Cameron and welcome back today to another video. It is the game preview. Everton taking on Tottenham Hotspur tonight at Goodison Park. I apologise that the preview is A, a little bit late, and B, obviously not in the usual setup. We're in a bit of a different setup at the moment. I'm recording this one off of my phone. I've been absolutely up in the air for the last 7 days or so with various different things, moving office, in work, getting a new car, various different bits and bobs going on in life. So unfortunately I haven't found the time to sit down at home on my computer and do a preview, but I didn't want to not do a preview before tonight's game, so I'm currently in the middle of working. I'm sort of on my lunch break, and I thought, you know what, we'd sit down and we'll just do a little video talking about tonight's game. A massive game for Sean Dyche, a massive game for Everton. Of course, results not particularly going our way over the last couple of days or so. West Ham obviously winning 1-0 yesterday against Southampton, which climbed them. Which obviously, had them climbing out the relegation zone. Of course, we know Bournemouth won on Saturday, which was a little bit of a shock as well. However, it very much is in the hands of Everton. If Everton can go out there tonight and get 3 points against a struggling Tottenham side, albeit a Tottenham side that if they win today, they'll actually jump to third in the Premier League table. Just below Arsenal and Manchester City, of course. So even though they've had, an up and down last couple of months, of course, during the international break, Antonio Conte has lost his job, so they're being taken over by a caretaker boss. I think Ryan Mason's there at the moment. They've had all of the sort of stuff going on with their director of football as well, and everything that's been going on with him. So, even though they're in a little bit of a situation at the moment, they're still a team that, a win tonight will take them comfortably within that top four. And of course, they're still a side with, incredibly talented footballers in there, the likes of Harry Kane, who we know is a phenomenal striker, broke a record on international duty with England. Son, of course, Kulusevski. We of course know Richarlison. I'm not too sure whether Richarlison will be fit or not, but if he is, we know that what he can bring. But it still is within Everton's hands. If Everton are to win today, I believe we go above sort of everybody else in this sort of relegation battle, relegation race, whatever you want to call it. There's 9 teams effectively that are separated by 6 points, and there's 9 teams there that could potentially go down this season, and Everton of course are one of those sides. But if Everton are to win today, I believe we go ahead of those 9 teams, and we sort of sit top of that pile. We're still, don't get me wrong, I think, 8, 9, 10 points away from Aston Villa, who are next, sort of after that jump. But I think the general consensus is Aston Villa will be okay this season, and it's the other 9 teams that are separated by such few points that will be in trouble. So if Everton can win today and jump right to the top of that list of teams, then mentally obviously motivation wise, it would it would be fantastic for us to be able to do that, and then to be able to sit and look at the Premier League table and say, well, okay, we're still very much in this battle, but we are looking the best out of everybody else that that's sort of in there. And as I said, results weren't particularly kind to us, especially the Bournemouth win. The West Ham win, again, was sort of expected because it was against Southampton, who of course are at the bottom of the table, and I don't think West Ham will go down anyway, but Bournemouth was certainly one that was a surprise. So again, similarly to the games last season against the likes of Manchester United and against the likes of Chelsea at Goodison Park, this is one where, regardless of the fact that we're playing Tottenham, regardless of the fact that, it's another Premier League game, regardless of the fact that, Bournemouth have won this weekend and West Ham have won this weekend, it doesn't really matter. Everton have got to win. And okay, there's a little bit more pressure now that a couple of results have gone against us, and okay, they're not particularly ideal. And I certainly wasn't sitting there on Saturday afternoon looking at the Bournemouth score thinking, oh, I'm not bothered about this. I was looking at it thinking, oh God, bloody hell, here we go again, like I'm sure the rest of us were. But I also, on the other hand, was sitting there thinking, well, it's up to us. Everton have got to go out and win our games. And if we go out and win our games, then we'll be okay. And if we go out and we win today against, as I said, a wounded Tottenham side, albeit a good Tottenham side, who are still, incredibly high in the Premier League table, which is a bit mad given their last couple of months. Albeit a team, who have had a rocky couple of months, they're still a good side. But it's down to Everton and it's down to Sean Dyche and it's down to these players to go out there, work hard, battle, give absolutely everything and pick up 3 points. And if we are to win the game today, I would expect it to be very similar to the game against Brentford and very similar to the games against Arsenal, where, you know, a difficult sort of hard-fought 1-0 wins. I don't really see us scoring many goals, certainly not against this Tottenham side. And obviously the big sort of task today is to, you know, to stop somebody like Harry Kane, who's in fine form at the moment. And even though Son hasn't had a great season, he's still an unbelievably talented footballer. And we know obviously the other attacking options that they've got that could hurt us. So that is, I suppose, the plan A today is to, you know, to defend well, not make any mistakes and stop that Tottenham attack from, you know, creating any opportunities. And also, you know, another thing is to not give them opportunities, to not give them chances, to not give them, you know, shots at goal, to not give them crossing opportunities and to not give them goals, because that's what we've done far too many times this season, is we've come up against sides with good players in their forward line, and we've gifted them opportunities and we've gifted them goals, and we've ended up losing games, you know, effectively because of our own doing. So we can't do that today. As I said, going forward, we simply have to be on top. We simply have to attack. We have to get forward. We have to create opportunities, and if we get an opportunity, we've got to take it. Be interesting to see how Sean Dyche sets up in this game, obviously after the international break and coming off the back of what was a really impressive win, a really impressive point at Chelsea beforehand, and obviously a really impressive win last time out at Goodison Park. But yeah, this is massive. If we win today, then, you know, all of a sudden, to look at the Premier League table and confidence wise and just for the sort of you know, the mental aspect of the relegation battle that we're in, we're all of a sudden in a much better position than if we lose today. And you're sort of looking, thinking, well, it's another home game, you know, that we haven't managed to win. So it's massive in terms of team news. Personally, I think we'll see Jordan Pickford in goal. I think we'll see Ben Godfrey at left back. I think we'll see Michael Keane and James Tarkowski at centre back, and I think we'll see Seamus Coleman at right back. I do think we'll continue to see the midfield three of Amadou Onana, Adrissa Gane and Abdoulaye Doucouré, and I expect to see a front three of Dwight McNeil, and I think he will go Damari Gray and Alex Iwobi. I don't think he will start Ellis Sims. Of course, there's a lot of conversation around Ellis Sims because of his goal against Chelsea last time out. And I do think Ellis Sims, if he doesn't start, will come on with 20-25 minutes to go to try and make an impact on the game if need be. But I just can't see him start. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin, again, until I see a Sean Dyche press conference which absolutely states Dominic Calvert-Lewin is fit and Dominic Calvert-Lewin will be available, then I'm not going to predict he will be available. And if I'm being perfectly honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Dominic Calvert-Lewin again this season, because that's just the way things are going with Dom at the moment, aren't they? But yeah, I think we'll see a very similar team to one that we've seen in recent weeks, and one that has been successful in recent weeks. It will be difficult, this game, because even though Tottenham are in a bit of a sticky situation and they're currently going through a change of manager, there's a lot of managers out there available for Tottenham now. Graham Potter's just being sacked by Chelsea. He might be somebody they look for. You know, there's other names out there. Nagelsmann, of course, who's just been sacked by Bayern Munich. There's a lot of managers out there that, you know, Tottenham could go and snatch up and you know, bring in. But as of the moment, they'll be managed by a really inexperienced coach and somebody that Sean Dyche should have the better, you know, of tactically. But then again, it's not Sean Dyche versus Ryan Mason on the pitch, is it? It's Everton versus Tottenham, and we know the talent and the you know, and the quality that they bring, and Everton have got to be able to counteract that. And ultimately, the motivation for Everton is a couple of results have gone against us this week. If we win this one, then we all of a sudden are looking in a much better position. If we don't win this one, then it's another home game gone without a win, and you know, another weekend gone where we haven't picked up points in a game week where other teams around us have picked up points, and we can't really afford to be having them types of weeks, because that, you know, they're the types of weeks that'll take you down. So yeah, interesting one. Looking forward to getting down there. Obviously, the instant match reaction and the play ratings will be up directly after the game, so don't forget to look out for those. Let us know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Once again, I'm sorry this video was a little bit short. I'm sorry it's a short form preview in video form, but I'm literally in the middle of doing about 400 different things and just wanted to get something out. But yeah, Big thank you all for watching. If you have enjoyed this one, please do leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. And yeah, let's see what happens tonight. Up the toffees, and we'll see you later.